Hey, you guys, happy Sunday. I hope you're all doing well. I thought I'd get on here a day or two before voting day just to give you a heads up on what kind of issues we're going to be having that day. Do ignore the back of my room. It is turned into a veterinarian clinic as I'm not fostering. I've adopted two feral cats that are living in this room with me at this moment. So it's been quite an interesting couple of days. Adorable though. Anyway, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. This is happening on November 8th. It's a day that will go down in the history book, so buckle up and be prepared. This is happening both politically and cosmically. It's election days in the United States here, so it's the midterms. We have a full moon in Taurus. This is going to take place at 6:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 3:02 on the West Coast Pacific Time. Now, the lunar eclipse is going to begin at around 5:17 in the morning Eastern Time, so that'll be like 2:17 Pacific Time for the West Coast. Both the West Coast and the East Coast, you will be able to see this event between 2 and 5 a.m. Pacific Time, and I believe between 5 and 8 Eastern. Don't quote me on that. Go do your own research. Check out space.com. Great place to go for any kind of astronomical information. But I want you to contemplate what this means. What I'm getting ready to say next, it has such significance. Now, this is also the first election day ever in United States history where there's been some sort of an eclipse, lunar or solar. There's never been one, ever, in the history of the United States. And this is not going to happen again till the year 2394. Now, I goofed on TikTok, and I think I said 2337, but it was a little off. My apologies. But that is significant. That's not going to happen for another 2,000 plus years. That's a whole nother shift. That's moving out of the age of Aquarius and into the age of Capricorn in 2,000 years from now. So that has significance and meaning for the world at large and the United States in general, as this will never happen again in our lifetime. Our grandchildren, our children, our great-grandchildren never see this. There is a death within politics, our economy, and how we do business. A literal death, rebirth, and transformation of the nation. Our monetary system and its people are ahead. There is strong feminine energy with this moon phase, and many women from both parties will be elected. This is Taurus. Taurus is a female energy, a female sign. So you will see a lot of women rise. Now, lunar eclipses are internal energy, we feel, and have more intense emotions that come along with them. It's all about death, it's about a rebirth, and it is about a transformation that's taking place in money-oriented Taurus. A financial death for many, but also a financial rebirth too. We may also hear of dramatic news with police and government and secrets of sex and sex abuse. The dishonest and manipulation will get exposed too, especially in an election year. So buckle up because it's going to get real crazy real fast. Hey, Kate, how are you? What's up? Oh, is everything okay? You tell me what's going on, and I'm going to keep yakking here. Now, let's take a look at what sign this eclipse is in. Taurus. Taurus is steady. It's It's slow moving, but it's steady. It's strong. It's stubborn. It's hardworking. Taurus rules banking, finance, wealth, beauty, massage, aesthetics, the music industry in some ways, singing. Venus is its ruling planet. Love, this is the ruler of love and beauty, but also finances. Think of, this is how I was taught by my astrology teacher. He said, think of Merrill Lynch, the bull. That was not an accident that they chose that symbol from money and finances. But Venus is the goddess of security and money as well as just love and beauty. And this is going to produce some sort of setbacks with goods and services and commodities. There's going to be some shortages in the next 2 months ahead. Just be prepared. Won't last forever, but we're going to have to get used to not getting what we want when we want it. Now, the next 2 weeks will bring a violent and volatile uprising, especially at the polls to vote and thereafter. My Patreon family have the days of caution for November, and that will guide them through the dark days in November. So I put it in my newsletter at astrologywitch.com. It's $5 per month that you can join right there. There's a link to get in, and you can get all the days of caution. Now, here in my own state, we have armed citizens at voting stations and ballot drop-off sites trying to intimidate citizens who vote. Now, this is happening all over the United States, but mostly it's happening in the conceal and carry states. There could be stress and disaster to the stock markets, the financial institutions, and corporations, creating devastating financial news for many of us, especially when a nation is so divided like it is. There are many in the financial sector that have been telling me about a certain date. Now, it doesn't correlate astrologically. There's no days of caution to it. There's no Platonic phase, Uranic phase. But November 16th, as a day many could start losing their 401ks, as a major shift in the economy is set to happen around this date. My Patreons know the exact date because I gave it to them the other day. But yeah, it's around that date. Something interesting should happen. But Patreons have the exact date. Now, there are dramatic changes taking place behind the scenes in the financial world. And 10 to 15 years from now, we will not be using an American dollar as currency. And the global financial market will be unrecognizable. The world will be on a global digital currency, cryptocurrency, or here in the United States, coming soon to a theater near you, CBDC, central bank digital currency. While this is all taking place behind the scenes right now, we are being distracted by the election, by the Kanye West shit show, by the royals, and the entertainment media in general. And while everyone is looking one way at the election, no one is looking the other way and looking into other articles, seeing what's really happening behind the scenes, not in political standards, in financial standards. There's a saying I joined this thing called Warrior Academy, and I'm learning a lot of stuff financially. The guy who runs it is very spiritual. I wouldn't say he's religious, but something he said to me that really resonated, and I did put it in this newsletter, but I changed the words just a little bit. And he said to me, remember that. So while we're all focused on the election because they're controlling the media, they're secretly doing things behind the scene with this CBDC. May 2023 will be a bombshell month, so stay tuned. Okay. Yeah, it should be very interesting. I have a feeling May is going to be more financial. Going before I go on. Oh, okay. Help, love. Hello. How are you? Happy Sunday. Now, on a more positive outlook, this energy is ruled by Venus, beauty, and wealth. So enjoy some of the finer things that Taurus and Venus have to offer, like going to art galleries or fine art museums, checking out a concert or some good music. You know, it's getting cold now, but in my town, in the heart of Prescott, you can go and listen to music in the park every Friday night. And it ranges from country to rock to blues, depending on your taste. So get out there and enjoy some of that. And beauty and salon treatments, but do not change your looks too drastically. I always say try not to get anything done after the full moon. But some of us need that little lift. So if you want to put a few streaks in your hair, get a little trim, get your bangs cut. Um, Change is good and it'll make us feel better. But just don't do anything too drastically because we are all under eclipse energy, myself included. So there's things that we might decide we want to do during the eclipse a month later, like, why the hell did I do that? What possessed me to do that? The moon, baby. The moon possessed you to do that. So just, don't do anything too drastic. And we may feel like splurging at this time with new clothing, a new haircut, day spa, like I said. Just don't go into too much debt. This eclipse is not really about splurging, but really about reevaluating your financial health in some ways. It's best right now after the full moon. I find some of the most amazing designer clothing at secondhand stores right after a Taurus full moon. Um, you can find some incredible deals. So look for vintage and secondhand items instead of buying brand new. And always remember, if a deal seems too good to be true at that time, then it is probably going to be a scam. So be cautious. And also, do not invest after the full moon. The markets are kind of volatile right now. Of course, crypto is going up. And one of the reasons it is going up is because one of the companies and just did a big NFT drop. So if you've invested in Matic, you're in business. If you've invested in Algorand, you're in business. A couple of others, those ones are rising, but the market's still going to be volatile. And I'm really worried about the stock market sometime this month. All right, where was I? Now, these next few weeks are perfect for looking at your finances. You can even move crypto around. Um, if you're in the stocks and you want to cash out, cash out. Remember, there's always a disclaimer on my channel. This is not financial advice. So, um, but yes, these next few weeks are perfect for tapping into your finances. But please remember, this is the month that they do launch CBDC, central bank digital currency, but it won't be presented to you until around December 22nd, 23rd of 2022. And what I didn't add into my newsletter is my understanding is I was reading something last night. It'll be in full circulation come May of 2023, my understanding. And that's coming from some of the top financial advisors. I'm not going to give out their names, but anyway, this isn't where you want to have your money. The CBDC is not where you want to have your money. Yes, you're going to have a little bit of that to buy commodities and stuff, but this isn't where I want to have my money because it's now controlled. It's I'm going to explain more about this in my class, and it's kind of taken a back seat because now I'm babysitting kittens, not kittens, but feral cats. But the injured black one, he's really a baby. He's not even 2 yet, so that's going to take a lot longer. But If you can get a hard wallet, if you could start investing in other cryptos, do so. Doesn't hurt to have $200 or $300 in Ethereum on hand. You don't have to play the market. You can keep it in a hard wallet, either on your own. Even Coinbase holds hard wallets. However, I'm not a big fan of Coinbase because it has a lot of high fees. Um, I'm more prone to using Uphold than I am Coinbase. What I do at Coinbase is I just move things around within the system. I'm not really trying to buy anymore. And you can't buy XRP on Coinbase. So get some XRP because that's the future. All right, I went on a little crypto rant. What I'm trying to say is, let me just say it this way. This isn't where you want to have your money. The investments as CBDC isn't a decentralized crypto, but rather a digital currency which is controlled by the feds. So what I'm trying to say is this new currency, they're going to watch your every move, as it's not decentralized. Decentralized means it's on a decentralized exchange on the blockchain. This is where the feds there's deceit with this. And I'm going to talk more about that, like I said, in my class too. There is deceit with this one, with CBDC. As to where the other cryptos on the blockchain, a lot of them are decentralized cryptos. So it's not good. Anyway, all earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, will feel this eclipse energy the strongest. And Scorpio too, since that's Taurus's polar opposite. Now, if you have a birthday coming up, say between November 6th and November 10th, significant changes are ahead. If you, like I said, birthday 3 days before and 3 days after, significant changes. If you have a birthday on the day of, really listen to the messages that are being given to you around you. Um, Yeah, so significant changes ahead. Now, those born with a sun, a moon, a rising, a dragon's head, or tail in Taurus will feel this lunar eclipse energy too. So, my magical folk. Now, I will say this, there's a lot of practitioners that will not work and do any magic on a lunar eclipse. And that's okay. However, I'm not one of them. And I don't have to tell any of you how powerful, potent, and magical and very spiritual this full moon is. Not only is the month of November for doing workings as the veils thinned, because we just had our Halloween and November 1st, and honoring of our dead is still going on. Celebrations are all over until at least the 14th or the 15th. So the veil is still thin for doing those kinds of workings, necromancy stuff. But in regards to ancestor work, shadow work is very important at this time. And this is important as the moon wands, as the moon is getting darker, we are able to do our shadow work better and reevaluate ourselves a little bit more. Taurus magic, though, is all about beauty and love, wealth, and finance. So, yes, you can do your shadow work on this full moon because it's an eclipse. It's a death and a rebirth. But you can also use the Venus Taurus energy for love magic, love workings, self care. Or you can go the other route and do money spells and use the power of the financial sector of Taurus and work with doing money spells. I wouldn't recommend money bowls because I usually start those at the new moon. But any kind of money spell, very, very powerful. It'll manifest very well in a full moon, especially in eclipse energy. Did I cover it all? Let's see. Like I said, spells on any of these topics are very blessed. Last but not least, healing rituals of the The neck, the throat, and the ears. Nose as well. Ears, nose, and throat. Taurus rules all those. Those will work well too for healing. If someone has constant sore throats, things like that. Hey, sweet butterfly girl, how are you? Oh, wow. You're still looking. I'm There's nothing wrong with casting. What's her name? The one we follow on YouTube or on TikTok, Kate. Oh my God. I'm having literally, I'm like going on maybe 3-4 hours sleep in the last 3 days. Okay, so I'm like a zombie. Um, Mama Foot, which foot? Jesus. She talks about doing work in the eclipse. So yes, which foot? Wow, what the hell is wrong with me? Um, she talks about doing work in the eclipse. There is nothing wrong with it. Your full moon water is just as good, if not more potent and powerful. I'm doing well. I'm doing okay, hanging in there. Best taking it one day at a time. I'm glad you're doing good. It's good to see you, hon. Do some workings, Kate, for sure. And it's also a Tuesday. It's Mars Day. Set your actions into place. Remember, Taurus is a sign of security. It's financial security, just like um, Cancer is general security. Good. I know. Mars is retro and Gem. I know. I know. Um, Jesus. Yeah, don't get any construction work done. Um, I see nightmares happening with this, and you probably won't get a good deal. All right, before I move on, I have to say this. I hate to be Debbie Downer, but got to tell you the truth, right? You guys are going to need to buckle up for a very bumpy ride, especially after November 8th. Oh, hold on. If you can vote early, I would highly recommend it. I know it's Sunday. The polls are open today, but they're open tomorrow too. I would get there early, better than later. I mean, if the 8th is the only day you can get to vote, then just beware your surroundings. I would steer clear of voting booths, election volunteering, protests, or rallies for your favorite candidates, as it could get you killed in the process by some very dark, evil, indoctrinated platonic souls. Now, I'm not trying to scare you, and you should vote. Okay? Just know your surroundings and be aware. And there's going to be exposure of voter fraud. Um, not expecting, not accepting voting election outcomes, and deceit in general in regards to the election. And while they have you looking one way, that way, the greatest financial reset in human history is about to unfold. But we're too busy looking that way. That's okay. I got your backs because I'm looking that way. So yeah, be careful out there on election day. It is gonna get ugly. I didn't see that problem here in my town with them having armed citizens at the polls or even at the drop-off locations, because I turned in my ballot 2 weeks ago. But in Phoenix, there are people armed, and even the ballot workers are being followed right now by the sheriff's department here in the state of Arizona. We have the sheriff's department involved in helping the poll workers be safe. I mean, that's how pathetic it's gotten. Oh, anyway. Now, the United States is on the brink of an internal war within itself, okay, along with more Russia, Ukraine issues, China, Taiwan, and North Korea. Little Kim Jong un is flexing too. Lunar eclipses have a tendency to take some things away, or even like a hypothetical death and a rebirth of some sort. I thought I heard meowing. Will the USA return to a democracy again, or will it become a fascist nation where citizens don't have any rights? Now, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they were talking about their Social Security because they're at that age where they get Social Security. So before I go on with my newsletter, I got to tell this. And I don't discuss politics with people. I hate it. Politics and religion are the two topics I just ugh. My Patreons know because I spoke candidly about what party I'm affiliated with. And it doesn't begin with a D or an R. Anyway, um, it's going to get crazy. That's all I'm trying to say here. The lunar eclipses, they have a tendency to take things away, but rebirth and give something back. I'm wondering if we're going to progress forward, or are we going to move back 100 years? Now, like I said, I was talking to someone the other day and they were saying, oh, the Republicans will never take away my Social Security. That'll never happen. We thought women would have rights forever and ever with Roe versus Wade, but that got taken away. So never say never. And Social Security is something you pay into. I've been paying into that since I was 15. It's not a fringe benefit. But some people are just too stupid to do their own research, you know. Well, my newsletter is really messed up. This is what I get for doing it in the wee hours of the morning. Like I said, will the USA return to a democracy again, or will it become a fascist nation where citizens don't have rights? Will we progress forward or move back 100 years? Religion has no place in politics, as it is the separation of church and state. But politics birthed religion in some ways, thousands of years ago. When the illusions of Neptune hold hands with the Saturnian conservative structure of Saturn, it will create fear within its own people. People in fear are more controllable. So fear not, vote, and make your voice heard. Boy, I have a really bad tickle. I've been out all morning, and I think the cold air is just, I went out hiking a little bit. I needed to get fresh air. On a personal note, well, I did incorporate it in here. On a personal note about myself, I am registered independent and I vote according to my preference. I do realize that the red and the blue are both Democratic and Republican, are one and the same. They're the same bird. They're a two-headed one-party system, and they're there to divide the people. If the people were united, do you know how powerful and dangerous we could be? But no, our people are afraid of the government instead of the government being afraid of the people. Now, that doesn't mean the January 6th thing was something to do. There's ways to go about it that are civilized, but we're not dealing with people at with the highest IQ levels. So, however, it's pathetic when my own daughter has less rights than I do because of some religious bullshit. So, yeah, the Dems do have my vote for my for my daughter's sake. Doesn't mean I love Joe Biden. I have a lot of issues with Joe Biden. But Joe Biden wants to give rights to women. So we've got some real problems going on. So in the First Amendment of the Constitution, it states that the First Amendment provides that Congress make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting its free exercise. I am going to share something with you. Um, this is actually coming from my cryptocurrency class that I'm going to launch in a few weeks. And it's from Nostradamus himself, because he saw this energy happening 550 years ago. And this is from Quatrain of Century 1, Quatrain 53. He wrote, Alas, how we will see a great nation sorely troubled and the holy law in utter ruin. Christianity, governed throughout by other laws, when a new source of gold and silver is discovered. That was written by the seer himself 550 years ago. In this quatrain, he is directly referring, when he talks about a great nation sorely troubled by the holy law and utter ruin. Yes, the holy law and utter ruin. I got a lot to say on this, so bear with me. He was referring to the white nationalists, those Christian nationalists who are making Jesus Christ holy words of like love thy neighbor and help the weak, the poor, and the less fortunate, a total contradiction within its own self. I say this over and over again, and maybe I see way too much shit on TikTok, because I know I do. I just saw a video the other day of a guy who he's a pastor. Some of these pastors on these pulpits need to shut the fuck up, because all you're doing is spewing hate. He had an issue. He was in a grocery store and the kid behind him had his nails painted some color, black or something. And he says he was so angry he wanted to bash his fingers in. That's not someone that should be on the pulpit speaking of Christ's love. Hello? Like I said, walking contradiction. People have lost their Christ consciousness, and true evil stands at those pulpits of the churches and the ignorant pastors leading a fearful and indoctrinated flock of promoting violence if someone is a little different than them. And with a Bible in one hand and hate in their hearts, spewing their rhetoric, it's going to get ugly. The new source of gold is cryptocurrency, but also the metal and alchemy of the gods, gold. Start buying gold. Our Federal Reserve is stockpiling it. China's stockpiling it. Russia's stockpiling it. I wonder why they're doing this. Anytime we get ready to go into such a global reset, gold goes up, precious metals go up. They're stockpiling this because they know that there's going to be a shift and money's going to be in free fall for a while. Gold. I can't afford gold, but I do buy silver, and it's a great, great commodity. Silver is the alchemy and metal of the goddess. It's the metal of the witches, so I stick with silver. Okay, I've missed a lot here. Let's see. Let's see which foot. Okay, I am the only one hoping for catastrophe so I won't have to go to work. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my gosh. Wow. I'm sorry, hon. Aw. Well, I have good, you know what, sweet butterfly girl? The next moon after this one is your moon, babe. So make it happen. Do those road openers. Open that road for yourself. Sagittarius's new moon. I know. I did not know who the rapper was. I'm my kids are probably about your age, sweet butterfly, or at least my oldest, near your age. So my daughter had to explain to me who he was. My kids knew who he was. It's just awful. I haven't gone and checked any birthdays because I just haven't had time. But I should look into that. Someone wants me to do the stars of Elon Musk, and I think I just might do that. Um, I just haven't had time lately. Well, Greg Locke is on his way out. As you can, I mean, YouTube has, this platform has just gotten rid of him for some horrible, horrible things he says. And what's funny, Kate, is one of my spells we're going to do together in Patreon. I have two charts that I'm using as examples, and Greg Locke's is one of them. Because I'm doing a series for you guys on spell work using the astrology wheel. And so the next one is Greg Locke. I have Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump, and I have Matt Gaetz, and there's a few others. But I'm saving the Marjorie Taylor Greene one for the shut the fuck up spell. I think that's perfect. I wouldn't be surprised if Greg Locke had a lot of experience in the occult. But you can make more money feeding fear into people than you can spreading the gospel. Hey, Doris, how are you? Long time no see. Good to see you. See what I'm saying, Kate? Yeah, I know he knows it. Just by certain words he says. I just sit there and go, oh, uh-huh. Oh, good God. Yeah, so hang in there, you guys. It's going to get ugly these next couple of weeks. I wish you all a blessed full moon eclipse. I want you all to be safe, but do get out and vote. If you can vote early, please do. Um, be the change we want to see. We have to be the change we want to see in the world. We're all in this together, as we are one earth, one people. Just like my poster in the back. That's the lady who wrote it, Lady Bluebird. One earth, one people. Back in the 80s, she made this beautiful poster. Um, and that's what we are. But we're so divided. And like I said, the two cancers in this world that plague humanity: politics, as you could see in the United States, and religion, as you could see in the United States. Sick. That's right. Amen. Yes, you be the change. Absolutely. What is happening in your world? Oh, I hope it's good. When will the eclipse energy die down? Well, solar eclipses are usually, that energy lasts a good 3 months, 4 months. Moon energy, I always say lunar eclipses can last up until the next lunar eclipse that happens in 2023. I don't have the paperwork here. I think it's in May, or is it April? End of April. There's another eclipse happening. But eclipse energy can last anywhere from 3 months to um, 6 months. It all depends on the soul. If the soul and the individual has a lot of that energy in their chart. So, for example, if you have a lot of Taurus energy in your chart, you're going to feel it, the repercussions of it, even after the eclipse. Say more than someone who doesn't have much Taurus in their chart. Right? Does that make any sense? I'm sure it does. You're a Vedic astrologer. Of course it does. But yeah, um, that's just my perspective on it. There could be other astrologers that'll give you their own perspective on it. I've heard other astrologers say, oh, it lasts for the whole year. And that is not entirely true, because less than a year from now, We have a changing of the guards, as I call it, and we have a dragon shift into an Aries Libra. Wonderful, Doris. I have a friend who does sound healing, and when she comes to visit me, I'm hoping it's in the winter here, she's going to bring her the little jars that make the sound jars. She just enjoys doing that. That is so awesome. Excellent. Very good. Happy for you. But yes, it's going to get ugly. So um, try to observe more and say less. One little word can just, oh, there's one of the babies I adopted. That's Henny Penny. Henny Penny. Hi. Hi. Anyway. Okay, is it been? Do you think spell work can work outside of divine timing? Thank you, Kate. I think so too. Okay, let me answer this question. Do you think that spell work can work out? You're welcome. I remembered. I'm old, but I don't, I can remember. I may be getting old, but I still can remember. You're very welcome. Um, Let me just say this about the divine timing. Spell work can be done for a great many things. Protection, it can be done for, in fact, I'm getting ready to have a big discussion in Patreon about love magic. And I've talked to many witches who say, why do love spells not work? Well, we're going to talk about that in Patreon. But um, with divine timing, spell work can work for that. It does help to know stars, because when you know your stars, you know your divine timing in some way. You know your cosmic biorhythms, or your lucky and unlucky dragon days, or as it would be called in Vedic astrology, what Rahu and Ketu, am I saying that correctly? Those energies. But absolutely, you can work outside of divine timing as well. There's no, one thing about working magic is you don't need a deity to work magic. You don't need to pray to Hecate, or Lucifer, or a demon or an angel. You don't need to. Magic is magic. All magic is manipulating energy. So um, sometimes divine timing happens. And if you know your stars and you know that something good is going to be coming your way in a couple of weeks, or there's the possibility of it, oh, hell yeah, do a spell 2-3 weeks before to give it that extra oomph, to give it that extra push. Absolutely. You can work outside of divine timing with magic. Absolutely. I know. I'm so excited for you, Doris. I just think I always love to hear when people are getting into, the esoteric world. Um, it can be very, very rewarding. So I'm very happy to hear that. You're strapped in and rating it for the bumpy ride. I know. I have to go to a doctor's appointment on voting day. And I sat there going, well, everyone's going to be at the voting booth. They're not going to be at the doctor's office. I think I'm okay. But I started thinking about that. Why did I schedule an appointment on the eclipse? I'm almost thinking about rescheduling it, but I'm going to wait. I kind of wanted to stay up and watch it, at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I knew I was going to be up late Monday night into the wee hours of Tuesday morning. So like an idiot, I scheduled a doctor's appointment. That's okay. Live and learn. And that is my forecast for the next 2 weeks. It's the only other thing, did I put up the tarot reading on YouTube for everybody? Or did I leave that strictly for Patreon? Let me go look, unless someone in the chat can jog my memory here. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Hold on, you guys. My phone is going crazy. It wouldn't have been a short. I don't think I did. Or it'd be on here. I will post that because Patreon got it over a month ago almost, and it was a warning. So I will post that tarot reading, and it is for the election. And I had to share it with everybody because it's kind of disturbing. The cards are absolutely disturbing. I work at Clinic and Behavioral Health. You know what? That is going to help then. That is going to help. You know, when I work with the special needs kids, the astrology helped me to understand them better. You know, how the little soul ticked, how what he or she liked, what they didn't like. So I think that's excellent. Excellent, Doris. Oh, lucky you. I wish I could have been. I tried. It's last couple of weeks or a couple of days has been hard. She hasn't been much of a problem, but it's the other guy. He's just a big baby. He's cute, but big baby. We're all in a little bit of a slump too, Kate, and I do think it's the eclipse energy. Like I said, I was up all night Thursday night, all night, almost all night Friday night, all night last night, and I'm exhausted. But I tried to nap. I tried to I just couldn't sleep in the day. The cats were sleeping in the day. I can't. Do you think a YouTube channel? I I don't know, sweet butterfly girl. I've always wondered that too. Maybe if I didn't show my face, I'd have more followers. But I don't need a ton of makeup to go on and do my show. I don't care what you think of me physically. You don't like the way I look, that's fine. Kiss my ass. I don't care. So it's really up to you if you show your face or not. Um, I okay. There's a creator. I'm not going to say who it is. I adored her. Sweet butterfly girl, you know who she is. I adored her. But she did a complete 360, took down all of her metaphysical stuff. And people tell me that they don't like the fact that she doesn't show her face. They don't know who they're dealing with. So showing your face is a good thing to a point because it shows you're a real person. I mean, I think you know who I'm talking about here, sweet butterfly girl. A lot of people think that she's not even a woman of color, that she's a white woman acting. This is some of the crazy shit I've heard. I've seen her stars. I've done her chart. I know who she is, but she doesn't show her face. So, of course, those rumors fly. So there's an importance to showing your face in some way. But it all depends on your comfort level. There's a lot of people out there that have to come on with a full face of makeup or they're not going to get on the screen. I still have makeup on and I still have bags. So I don't give a shit how I look. I've come on here without any makeup on because it's not about my appearance or what I look like. It's about me giving you the vital information that you need. The way I look is absolutely nothing to do with it. So that is up to you, hun. Okay. It's up to the person on the platform. There's other things you can do too. You could show your face in a little screen on the corner here and have a chart up. There's that option too if you don't want to show your face all the time. Okay, so let me go read. Mostly addicts. Oh, I am glad you're going into that because it's probably going to be some soothing for you too. Kate, depression is trying to sneak back in. Yeah, see what Kate said, sweet butterfly girl? Energy. And I know you know who I'm talking about. I've heard people say I don't even know if she's a woman of color. I've heard other people of color say to me, I don't even know if she's a woman of color. And I kind of sit there and go, well, that's one thing on the stars, doing someone's stars. I could see if you're a bigot and a racist and have prejudice in your heart, but I can't look at someone's chart and go, yep, you're black, you're Chinese, you're this, I mean, that's the stars are spiritual. They ebb and flow. They're on a different cosmic level than the human vibration. Does that make any sense? Yes, Kate. You know what? The eyes. My mother always says the eyes are the window or doorway to the soul. And there's a saying we have in Italian, and it's called un malalalocchio. Now, I'm probably saying it in like a crazy Barese Sicilian dialect because that's how my grandparents taught me, but un malalalocchio, bad eyes. I used to hear my grandfather say this all the time. I didn't like the way his eyes looked. Bad energy. Malalalokyo. So yes, the eyes. I always read eyes. I'm that kind of person too, where I could feel the energy. I mean, I could walk into any room and feel the energy, negative. Um, and that's probably another reason I don't want to go to the doctor's office. Is there's the doctor's nursing assistant. I should have recorded it, but I'm like floored that I guess she had to say it. She was like, if you guys scream and yell and try and throw a punch at us, you're kicked out of here. I go, do patients do that? Oh my God. But she was just so rude. And then she's talking about Jesus. And I'm just like, I kind of cut her off and shut her down. And then she started talking about Californians and politics. And I don't think she liked that I told her Arizona was a welfare state at one time. If it wasn't for California and our high taxes, you motherfuckers be broke. So anyway, I got some bad vibes. I picked up on an energy about her that I don't like. Maybe that's why I don't want to go to the doctor. That's okay. I ward up. We'll ward up. I know. So I know. So she was so talented. Yeah, I know, sweet butterfly girl. I have a couple of clients that I got from being on her show, and they're wonderful people. I consider them friends. So yeah, I'm like that. I'm just going to say this. That's not. This is happening a lot. I think fear goes into people, and they do a 180, or something happens. I was always taught not to criticize, just to tell them to okay, enjoy their journey, and that's all we can do. Let them enjoy their journey. Oh yes, I know. So, let's see. Understood. Okay. Also, ward your phone. Yes, ward your phone, computer. I have on each of my I have two computers here. Obviously, I can't show you the computer, but on one I have it in nail polish, and then the other one I did it on a Sharpie, and it's just the witch's protection ruin. That symbol right there is a witch's ruin. Old people love to pinch. You've never been to Italy. So do the men. Sorry. Careful with the word old. I'm on it. I know, Doris. I agree. Kidding, of course. But that sigil, that witch's ruin, I did a spell with my phone, and there's a case right here on my phone that pops out. I'm not going to pop it out, but I'm going to just show you that there is a paper sigil inside the case with this symbol of protection. So, yes, absolutely ward your phone, ward your computers, things like that. Anyway, yes, so that witch's sigil should help with warding, but definitely ward. So now, I don't like to be touched, sweet butterfly girl. I would have a real issue with that. Do not pinch me. Um, old or not, you do not touch someone. I know it's a different generation, but that's besides the damn point. It's called personal space. I'd pinch your back. See? Yes, Kate. I'd pinch back. Okay, so we're older, Doris, but we're middle aged. Okay, we're not like nursing home material yet. I've still got another 20 years before you're going to put this cow out to pasture. Oh my goodness, this was fun. I'm having such a good laugh. Oh, that was too funny. I wish the black kitty would come out so you guys could see him too, but that's okay. We got Penny, little Penny Pens. She is I'm if you follow me on YouTube, and I'm just going to say, or not YouTube, TikTok. I'm just going to say this and then I'm going to head out. Um the more I know human beings, the more I love my animals and I hate people. I know this is horrible, but thanks, Kate. I appreciate that. Work in nursing homes are exactly. We need people that work in nursing homes. You can tell how long someone is going to live. You can, yes, you can. hmm I'll give you a perfect example of something. I don't have her birthday, um, but I know where her dragon's tail was. I don't know what house it was, but anytime you have, there's certain placements with this though. So I don't want people who think, oh my God, I got a dragon's tail in Leo, I'm going to die. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is sometimes when they have a dragon's tail in Leo, John Benet Ramsey had this, and it can represent death as a child because remember, what does Leo rule? Leo is love, romance, children, creativity. It rules children. It rules the heart. Um, so you can see that, but the key to it is not just the tail. It's the black moon, Lilith, in some ways. Not all, not completely. Um, but it there no two birthdays are alike. So there's always exceptions to the rules in astrology. And that's why I said what I said, Kate. Yeah, I know, but this is not pertaining to you. You're a Libra, first of all. Not that I don't remember what John Bonet was, but she had a tail Oh, crap. That was so long ago. I think she had a tail in Leo in the fourth house. Don't quote me. And if that was the case, Leo, tail in the fourth, she died at home as a child. So sometimes Leo tails can mean a short life or a shorter life for some. Not always. Not always. And Kate, for you, my dear, remember how your stars are. They balance each other out. Not everyone has that. So this definitely doesn't pertain to you. She probably is. No, she probably is. You have Black Moon, Lilith, and Pisces. Okay. Mine's in Leo, and it sits in my eighth house. Now, there's a lot of different factors that go on with that, but one of the factors is when it's in the eighth is the house of death. So there's a good chance I could die of a heart attack someday. See how that goes? Um, let's see. So yours would be in but Sweet Butterfly Girl. I think yours would be in the fourth. Um, fourth house is the house of home, family. There, it's probably when you have that. That's okay. I'm gonna say this. Black Moon, Lilith, Pisces, fourth house. Pisces rules pharmaceutical industry. It rules illegal drugs. It rules institutions, hospitals, jails. It rules oil, alcohol. Um, Remember, everything is positive and negative. Even Black Moon Lilith, it's our shadow side, but some things are positive, some things are negative in that. So, Sweet Butterfly Girl, if yours is in Pisces, your Black Moon Lilith, I know some of you might get mad at me when I say what I'm going to say, but when you go to the doctor, I want you to listen to your gut. If there's a medication they want to give you and it doesn't feel right, don't do it. With I have a dragon's head in Pisces, so I have to keep everything holistic. Okay. If I would have taken every goddamn drug that a doctor gave me, I would be dead today. Okay. Yeah. Take a look at your chart and get back to me. Not sure that I'm not sure if it does either. It could not. And it doesn't have to be in the fourth. All I'm saying is when you have a Black Moon, Lilith, and Pisces, there can be how do I put this? A sensitivity with drugs. Okay, like prescription drugs, things like that. I know I give you a perfect example. I have a very high tolerance for pain. When I had my firstborn, I'd had an emergency C-section, and they kept dosing me with morphine like every 4 or 5 hours. And the first time she did it, she gave me that full bump, that full dose in the IV, and I like literally freaked out. I could feel my heart going, making this like fluttering. I did not. So I said to her, I don't need a full dose of morphine. I don't even think I need a half. A little hit of the morphine and I'm fine. I don't need the full. She goes, I still have to charge you for the full, whether you get it or not. Well, that's okay. I don't want it all. So yes, there's more of a sensitivity to drugs. Keeping things as natural and holistic as possible is the key there. Was a twin. I believe they were only born 10-ish minutes apart, and his brother. Oh, wow. Well, even 10 minutes can make a difference with birth because certain things change. You don't know. I mean, maybe in 10 minutes, Neptune moved into another sign, um, something like that. Yeah, no children, not in a relationship, don't like my family. Okay, that's okay, Doris. And that doesn't mean you're going to meet your demise either. no two, there's exceptions to the rules. And I was using John Bonet as an example because she did have a tale of believe in Leo, and she died at a very young age. She died in the home. Um, I have a friend who, at her tail is not in Leo, it's in Libra. She hates her family too. She doesn't hate her family, but she doesn't like being around them. Hate's a very strong word. I shouldn't have said that. Okay, so it's in Aquarius in the third house. Okay, so anytime you have moon Lilith in the third house in Aquarius, well, the third house is the house of communication. So you got black moon Lilith in the third. It can be it's not respiratory, circulatory issues. Aquarius rules the circulatory system. It also rules the ankles. So there might be a weakness there with your ankles. Maybe you twist them sometimes, something like that. It could be something very minor and simple like that. Now, anytime you have Lilith in Aquarius, this is the new age person. It's not an accident. You're an astrologer. Um, you put this. I got to think of the right words here. You're a new age person. Only thing with this placement is sometimes you can have a tendency maybe to attract, I don't want to say weird people because I like weird people. I'll take weird and unusual any day over the religious. Okay. That's it. Yeah. She's the same way. If she lived closer, I mean, I'm her family. We're family. But I always tell people this, you could pick your friends, but you can't pick your relatives. It's like karmic. It's sometimes I think it's karmic punishment. It's like you sit there across the Christmas table and go, how in the hell am I related? How do I share DNA with this person? But back to Aquarius, Black Moon Lilith. Sometimes that energy has a tendency to attract the strange, the unusual, and the bizarre. Nothing wrong with it. It is in the third house. It's the house of communication. It's also the house of groups. So you might be prone to being in more groups that are new age. Aquarius rules the new age. It rules astrology, aliens, ETs, UFOs. You're going to come back as a squirrel. I want to come back as a raven or a hawk. And I'm going to poop on someone. No, kidding. Your daughter's sensitive to medicine. There might be quite a bit of Pisces or Virgo. Virgo is another sign. Virgo, in the realm of medicine, Virgo is the ruler of holistic medicine. They are the queen of holistic medicine. So Virgos too. And they're polar opposites. So it's the polar opposites, Virgo and Pisces. They need to keep things as natural as possible, but also people with a moon, especially a moon, a dragon's head or tail. They have to, even for myself, I get tons of dental work done, and I'm breaking the pain medication in half. I don't need it all. And there's other ways. I find, like, for myself, if I know I'm going to have to go, like I get a root canal and I'm going to be in pain, or I'm going to have something done, I'll be honest with you. I go to the dispensary. I get myself either some edibles, or they have like fruit punch with the THC in it. And I'd rather medicate myself with that than a bunch of pharmaceutical crap that I don't know about, because I have a way of controlling it too. I could pour myself 4 ounces of the juice and drink it And if I need more in an hour, I'll take more. But it's me administering it to myself. And it's not someone telling me you take 2 pills of every 3 hours, blah, 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 blah. I mean, there's been times I've done that and it's like, I don't feel good. So yeah, anytime if you know Linda's going into dental surgery, Linda's going to get edibles. Okay. Because I cannot take all of the medication they give me. It messes with my stomach. They are the best. I mean, I don't do them every day, but hell, when you're in pain, it's great. I highly recommend those like drinks they have at the place. That like, what is the one I had God, it was 2 months ago when I had my crown done. What was it? Lavender lemonade. They had hemp infused, whatever it was, lavender lemonade. Oh my God, that was so good. Oh. Well, this was fun, you guys. I thoroughly enjoyed coming on here and seeing all of you. So nice when all of your friends are on here and you get to see people. Doris, I am so proud of you. I am so happy. I am wishing you so much luck. You have to keep me posted, okay? Hi, beautifully yours. Oh, you're late. Yes. Go ahead and rewatch it. And I should have set a time when I was coming on here, but I didn't know. I didn't even know if I was going out today. But I have been cooped up in the house. I'm either at the veterinarian or I'm home tending to the cats. So I really needed to get out of the house today. So my daughters took me to a very nice French bakery for lunch. Hey, how are you, my demon fatty? I know your name is Lachlan, but you'll always be my demon fair. You're very welcome, Doris. Keep in touch, keep me posted, and the best of luck. But yeah, you, beautifully yours, and Demon Fairy, you guys can check me out on the replay. For the rest of you, thanks for tuning. Sweet Butterfly Girl, hang in there. Any questions you have, you can message me. Kate, I'm going to light a candle for you, if you don't mind, with your permission. I'm waiting for you to say yes before I leave. Okay, perfect. Okay, okay. I'm going to do one. Obviously, I've lost my altar back here. I, I had to clean everything off of it. Black Kitty loves the altar. So he sits there and suns himself in the morning. So I had to clean all the altar off, um, except for the Lucifer statue. Luckily, I have another altar in my living room. So I have 2 altars. So I'm going to be doing spell work on the full moon. He may be. He I've never had a cat like this. In fact, the day I brought him home from the vet, he was on pain meds and he was all loopy, but he did something and it was just his way of saying thank you. And he took his whole head and he just mushed it into my face, just one big mush into the face, and that was it. Um, oh my Yes, stops. My computer's starting to do its own scan. Anyway, he could be my familiar. I don't know, but he sure loves the altar and he likes looking outside and sticks his nose into everything. It's very cute. All right, you guys, thank you all for tuning and have a great. Oh, I don't know if you saw it. Demon Fairy, I got another rescue. You can't see her, but she's turning into the freaking crazy cat lady. Anyway, Please be safe out there. It is election week and it is going to get bad. I don't know how else to say it. I can't lie, tell you it's going to be wonderful. There she is. But it's going to suck. I'm very concerned. And there's going to be some people getting killed, all because they were trying to vote. I would definitely light a candle for peace for the United States if you can. Okay? That's what we should do. Pray for peace and a better tomorrow. Anyway, you guys have a blessed new or full moon eclipse. If you are here in the States, get out and vote. Vote early, but vote. And I will come back on here probably Wednesday. I'm waiting for the Witch's Moon box haul for November. So once that arrives, I'll do a little show and tell. And next time I get back on here, I'll do some card pulls. I couldn't even possibly focus right now because of the lack of sleep I've had. But yes, blessed be everyone. Blessed be out there. And I will see you all soon. I'm really leaving now. Goodbye. Peace.